What's going on YouTube? Today we're going to continue our anime analysis episode 3 on Jujutsu Kaisen, and just bear with me again. I just want to quickly just get this out of the way. Any comments, any support would be greatly appreciated. Any like, greatly appreciated. It would help the channel, help me reach out more people, and it's also free. So just want to get that out the way real quick. Also, I'm actually editing these videos on PS4 on the share play or whatever it's called. So I'm actually really limited as to what I can do. So again, these episodes are kind of not edited as crazy as other channels or anything. So I just want to get that out of the way. I'm really limited and I just want to again specify I'm on the PS4 editing these videos. So if you guys enjoyed, just a simple like would be greatly appreciated. And with that, let's get into it. So we start off from the last episode where Rico Mane is saved from the crew member that had the clones. Obviously Gojo messing up his red reverse awakening, which again you've seen in season 1. And basically the maid ends up being kidnapped once again, this time because Geto actually leaves her behind as he was trying to catch up to Gojo to possibly help. Again, Kuroi giving her the green light so that he can go, which again leaves her vulnerable to being kidnapped. Geto ends up feeling like he's responsible. Again, you'll see pictures of this. Gojo and Geto are basically making up a plan and deciding what to do. Rico still doesn't trust Gojo or Geto and says she wants to say her goodbyes or possibly join them if they end up going. Again, they want to say their goodbyes before merging with Tengen. There's a random cutaway on the second day of protecting Rico. Again, I have a picture, which for some reason they're at the beach, and it's later on revealed that it's a flash forward and not a flashback like I thought. So Kuroi, the maid, was rescued seemingly basically off screen, and it's not entirely implied or how they got there or how they figured it out, but they end up getting on a plane to head to wherever they end up taking Kuroi, or whatever she got kidnapped to. Before the rescue is actually while on the plane, Gojo ends up checking out all the passengers, and in a goofy moment, him being Gojo, of course, the comedy aspect of Jujutsu Kaisen, ends up checking out all the passengers, and again Geto's cursed spirit is basically flying outside the plane basically for protection. And I thought it was a cool shot. It basically looks like a dragon. It was awesome. Reinforcements come to back up Gojo and Geto while they're chilling at the beach, and it's revealed that they're first years. The guy on the left wanting to prove himself to Gojo, and is very eager to start working with them, and also calling them very hard-working seniors, and how they need to back them up as best as they can. Again, we got a cutaway to them at the beach, them fooling around, and Gojo and Rico is, and implies quotation marks, hard-working seniors, not so hard-working, right? So Geto and Gojo seem to have a deep, trusting bond with each other. Geto telling Gojo that he should rest and he shouldn't be up 24/7. Gojo saying that it doesn't even matter if he rests or not because he has Geto by his side, and he basically trusts him and nothing will happen as long as they're together, them being the strongest sorcerers. And it makes you wonder how Geto ends up becoming such an evil villain in the first arc, in the first season. The only thing that matters is that they make it through the bounty that's on Rico's head, which should expire within like another day or so. After that, there's a slight montage of Rico enjoying herself, basically kayaking, frolicking through some meadows. Gojo messes with one of her food. Is a shot. I should have that scene, and presumably I think he was trying to put hot sauce, but that's a little side thing. Like I said, it doesn't really matter, but I thought it was funny. And then lastly, there's a beautiful scene where she's in the aquarium, and there's a bunch of whale sharks behind her. And I thought it was beautifully done, well choreographed shot. So the next day, day 3 or day 4, I think it was day 3 actually. So they end up meeting up to where Tengen is, basically Jujutsu High, or part of it. And it's basically like this shrine. They end up finally reaching the top of the shrine, or where the shrine is, or temple. Well, it looks that way. I'm not entirely sure where it is. And basically, they end up taking a short little break where Toji Fushiguro, the evil villain, I'll show a picture of him right now, ends up stabbing Gojo straight through the back and into the chest, stating that he was waiting to basically weaken down Gojo after protecting, Rico for 3 days, knowing that he would be on guard the whole time, and also why he was sending so many Q members in the first 2 episodes to basically just wear him down and dull his senses. Basically stating, and then it shows like a quick flashback, and he basically states how he was angered one time where Gojo as a child basically ends up sensing him staring behind him and actually sees him for the first time, and it actually angers him. But also, since that event happened, he knows that he has to wear him down, to which brings us to this point in time. Again, he wouldn't have been able to do this without the prior knowledge of him being able to sense him. And then it's later revealed that Gojo actually is completely fine, even though he got pierced basically through the heart. He basically states that he used his curse technique to basically protect himself, and basically so that none of his internal organs were basically damaged. Basically saying that it felt like a needle basically going through a sweater. It wasn't like too much of a problem to deal with. So Geto ends up going with Rico and Kuroi, the maid, and ends up taking him towards to Tengen's place, wherever it is, so that they can merge. So he just basically escorting them, and they keep on moving forward while Gojo stays behind to fight Toji. Toji keeps Gojo guessing throughout the whole fight, using his speed and suppressing his spirit or ki, whatever it's called in this anime. I totally forgot. I should have wrote that down. But basically, he has no aura, or he's not emitting any reverse technique or techniques. So Gojo is having trouble spotting him. And again, this is where he outsmarts him. Again, keeping him guessing as to what his next plan is. And somehow Gojo ends up thinking that he's after Rico, to which he lets his guard down once again, and Toji, finding the opening, ends up stabbing him straight through the neck and slashes downward, seemingly slashing his body in half. Rico and Kuroi, once getting to closer to where they're supposed to be to basically merge with Tengen at bottom of this layer, I suppose. Rico and Kuroi have a touching moment where they say their goodbyes for the last time. Basically end up crying. They hug each other, and Geto on the sidelines, basically looking at them lovingly as they have their last final touching moments together. Geto explains once ending up where the merger is supposed to take place, which is this big internal underground base, I guess, where Tengen is, and he's inside of this tree. Kind of reminds me of a Naruto scene at the end, towards the end, where they're sacrificing women, and they have to go into these trees to basically get this chakra and whatnot. It's kind of it reminds me a lot of that. So if you know what I'm talking about, then you'll kind of understand. Again, it's inside of a building though, so underground. So Geto basically explains to her that she has a choice. She doesn't have to necessarily merge with Tengen, and he basically explains how he and Gojo basically talked it out before they even met her, and end up saying, if she chooses not to merge with Tengen, they'll end up fighting for her choice, even if it involves fighting Master Tengen. and so she has this touching moment where he basically explains uh, to Geto her whole life how lonely it was, only having Kuroi, only living with her to protect her. Basically, she basically lived a safe life, kind of like in this bubble where she couldn't really interact with many people, which is again why in the second episode she wanted to live a normal life, and why they went on this little montage, because Gojo wanted to give her that happy life or happy moments before she had to merge. But again, uh, she ends up saying that she chooses not to merge with Tengen, and how she wants to spend more time with everyone, and she's not quite ready to merge. And again, she chooses not to, and again Tengen stating again what she said to her earlier, is that they'll fight for her choice, even if it means fighting Master Tengen. So Toji ends up showing up, ends up shooting, and this is a major spoiler, so let me just set get that out there real quick. Toji ends up showing up and actually shoots Riko through the head, and stating basically that he kills Gojo, which is why he's not there. Geto is furious, and at this point he ends up revealing his curse spirits, and they get ready to fight seemingly for the next episode, and basically it just ends like that. Another cliffhanger, and yeah, let me know how you guys are enjoying this. Are you guys enjoying the series that I'm making? Again, I had to reiterate that I'm doing this on the share play or share factory on the PS4, so I am limited to as what I can do. Like it's kind of hard. I have to review these animes, take some notes, and the important parts as to not drag this fucking episode out. Actually, this is the second time recording. I'm at 12 episodes. Originally I was at 12 episodes, 12 minutes. Originally I was at 16. I might just drag it on and let the gameplay play or roll out. If you guys do enjoy it, again, a like would be greatly appreciated. It would help me get out to more people. And I got sidetracked, but as I was saying earlier, I'm sorry. I'm making this on Share Factory, so I'm making these notes. I'm taking these notes as to not drag it out. I have to take screenshots. It's a whole fucking process, and I have to get gameplay for the background. And again, I'm very limited as to what I can do. I can't just edit like crazy. I have certain amount of times that I can cut up a video. I can only trim it so much. I'm just overall stuck with what I can work with in terms of the Share Factory. I can't, there's just so much limitations, again, to what I can do, whether it's cutting up video, chopping it up, even trimming it, even recording my my voice audio right here, which you hear. I have to basically just make one single long recording and just chop it up as best as I can, and try not to mess up too much as to not basically ruin all my editing ability that I'm limited to. So again, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed, and again, a like would be greatly appreciated. Follow me on Twitch. I'm Amaterasu Ninja, same name as you see here on this channel. And again, I'll see you on the next one. I hope you have a wonderful day, and as always, deuces.
Securing Alpha. Semtex out. Enemy securing Bravo. Semtex. We're losing Bravo. Changing max. Got him on the run. Keep it up. New objective secure. Took a round. Changing max. Enemy taking Bravo. Recon flyover. Copy that. UAV online and orbiting the air. Objective Bravo is flatlined. Get it back. Secure. He's throwing Semtex. Friendly bomb drone is online.
Bro, how the hell does my drone didn't even get an Yo, that's crazy. He trash as hell at the bottom of the board. 19 kills, 31-46. Y'all all trash. Straight up. Look, see, I killed that last guy with my grenade. Boom. See, told you. That's me right there. My name is. Name is.